So Jeffrey joins me now as we take a look at some of the big stories making headlines and review, of course, some of your contributions.
Absolutely.
To those stories.
That exchange is important.
Very critical at this time.
Okay.
So, Jeffrey, what perhaps made an impression on you?
I think the one that made impression, that caught my attention the most was the tightening of all the numbers by the CBN, the monetary policy. And it came out yesterday, about 4% hike in the interest rate from 18.75 to about 22. And now even the cash reserve ratio, all of that is because they just want to slow down this, whether it's called hyperinflation, stagflation, runaway inflation. The inflation literally is on steroids. So the monetary policy guys are just trying to see what they can do to taper this down as much as possible. So the simple gimmick here is slow down growth, reduce spending power. When you increase this interest rate, it will affect businesses because borrowing money is now going to be higher. And that means the producers and sellers and suppliers will increase their prices. Increasing their prices, a couple of people may not be able to buy. So that kind of controls all of that. So it depends on what the diagnostics was that will decide how they are approaching this in terms of the model to use to control inflation, whether it's cost push or demand pull or a hybrid of both or something unique out of the box. Money supply is also another factor, so they are trying to mop up liquidity as much as possible. So all of this, let's see how it plays out. He has an ambitious dream. He has an ambitious dream of bringing it down from 30 to 21. It's a tall order, but let's see how that plays out. So,
well, you know, Jeffrey, indeed, it's true that, you know, each time the CBN does this, it crowds out, you know, the loan space, particularly for businesses who seek to expand. But I'm just wondering how the 75 billion naira credit that the government announced, you know, at the onset of its administration to big businesses and the loan to nano businesses, how it would help, you know, in spite of this tightening of monetary policy. Well,
let's see how it plays out. Some people say you may not move a needle, may be able to move some needle. I don't know. But let's find out what you are saying. So on X, NLC protest happened yesterday. By this morning, they said they are not doing it again in Nigerian parlance. So let's see what you are saying. Young says we can end the hunger, we can end the corruption. The citizens of Nigeria deserve better. Okay?
Yeah, we hope so, but we do deserve better. Nasiru Salisu Funtua says, let Nigerians breathe. Hashtag end hunger protest. Hashtag NLC protest. Hashtag FGN. Enough is enough.
All right, Abidoye Ibokun says no to hunger, no to corruption, no to insecurity, no to banditry, no to inflation. So just in line with the protest, they are screaming their own, more like their own inscription with loads of hashtag enough is enough and hunger protest. Call out the next.
And Atlantis Gem says, this is good. I hope that everything goes in an orderly manner. People should have unrestricted access to their representatives.
Exactly. This is coming from Olubumi Babajide. Says, it is good the NLC are protesting all, that's nationwide. There is hunger all over Nigeria.
Yeah, indeed. Aminu Yusuf Aliyu says, protest all over the country. A big effort though. Hashtag NLC protest. The question is, what will be the result of
exactly.
the protest?
Dr. Bature says, the state of the nation is everyone's job. Kudos to the police for joining the protest. Well, they didn't join per se. They were just protecting the people. The country is ours, and we can't sit on the fence anymore. The poor and breathing, the suffocation is too much.
Well, you're also talking about other subjects this morning. This one is about police distribution of water.
Yes, part of the protest. It happened in Lagos. So that's the video.
Yeah.
This happened, sorry, Bukola, this happened in Lagos. So it was quite interesting to see how the police is not only protecting the people who are demonstrating and demanding better welfare from the government, they're also
aiding a protest. And by the way, this would be a departure from the norm of what we know the police force to be. So this is an interesting development, by the way. What do you think? Of course, we're taking some of your reactions. And the first one is from MJ. MJ says, this is one of the smartest moves I've seen by this administration. Just do anything to douse the tension. They know if this is not well handled, it can spiral into something way beyond what they can handle. Pressure, Tiwa. Well, that's to say that there's pressure on the administration now.
The pressure is
on everyone.
This one says, Chud Moss says, I like this. I like this. This will surely deter troublemakers from causing much or any troubles. Nice initiative. At the end of the day, protest is a human right and not a crime. Plus, police are also hungry. Yeah, of course, they're human beings as well.
Well, this one is from Tons Boy on Point, and he says, first time in history, Nigeria police are doing what marvels me. Thanks to Area F Commander for this great effort. Absolutely.
That's more like what we call community police. Just relate to the people. This is Jeremiah. That's your name. Police self, no C salary. You won't make it day against protesters care. Now, all of us, they on life support for this country, don't play. Okay, how do I interpret that? More like we're all in this together. So police have to do what they have to do to support the protesters. That's the way I can interpret that. Bukola.
Well, we can't verify that the police have not received their salaries.
Yeah, we can't.
We can't verify that one. But this one is from Ajao Olumota. I hope I got that correctly. And they say, people need to begin to see from the positive side, though. The change begins with that. Yeah, each one, reach one.
Okay, this is from the Fine Old Soul. That's the handle. This is police indirectly joining the protest, and they meet everybody.
Well, I'm trying to say that it's another way of the police participating in the protest, a subtle one.
Yeah,
this one is
maybe we'll go to the next because of time.
Okay.
The $26 billion that has passed through Binance Nigeria from sources and users who we cannot adequately identify. That's a statement from the CBN governor yesterday talking about, you know, they're trying to do all they can to control the FX market. So he made that statement and Nigerians are reacting.
Yeah.
This one is saying the Nigerian economy stands, Frank Akiba says the Nigerian economy stands to gain so much via collaborations here. Call the necessary stakeholders and sit down over a table. It's still not too late.
Yeah, a good approach if you ask me. Ola of Lagos says, just make it possible for us to deposit and withdraw from Binance without going through P2P. That would be person to person, I believe. That way you can track and gain control of the funds that are being moved. You know, there's more motivation that the CBN has to do to encourage people to pass through official channels.
Okay, this person is Folukam says, I've worked in 2 countries over the past 2 years and I use Binance in all of these countries. Not one of them has ever blamed Binance for their woes. Wrap it up, bro. The rates on Binance is only a reflection of your FX market, not the other way around, okay? Everybody has their own, you know, argument about this whole
Do we have more time to take?
We can take just two more.
Just 2 more?
Yep.
This one is from Adlad, and he or they say no Binance user can trace without NIN or BVN verification. The narration of they can't be identified is totally not accurate and not acceptable.
Well, at the end of the day, what we're trying to, we're hoping that all of this would happen, like the economy has to, you know, has to get better. I don't want to use more technical terms now. The economy just has to get better. What people want to see, they want to see their wages increase. They want to see prices come down. They want to meet somewhere. The economy doesn't have to wipe out the middle class, so that getting rich is not so much of a tall order. You don't have rich and poor. So, well, you've been saying a lot, and we will switch gears after now to start a conversation about what's been going on across the country. But that's all we have for you on this particular segment where we've been tracking your thoughts on X as well as on WhatsApp. Join us on the other side of the program.
We'll be right back.